Well, hi, everybody. This is your stay at home grandma, and I think that it will work out better for Saturday. My husband is doing okay, except he came downstairs in his little snowsuit. He has this little one-piece snowsuit on. He's going to go out front. I said, "You have to stay quarantined." He doesn't get the word quarantine, but his nurse is coming tomorrow, so I'm going to have her explain. But he did go back upstairs because I'm thinking, maybe he's a little delusional or something. I don't know, But anyway, I'm going to I have to do this because it keeps me sane. Anyway, I did the macaroni already. I didn't have any noodles for some reason. And I sent the kids to go, but they just came back from the store and it's too late for them to come out. So we're going to use macaroni. All right. So I'm going to read the original ones. Okay. Hey, Burns, John Closet. How you doing? He's okay. I'm going to kill him though. Because he tried to sneak out to smoke a cigarette. Okay. And I told him, you have to stay quarantined. You have to stay in your room and to the bathroom, and that's it. You can't be wandering around the house like this. He's like, okay. His nurse is coming tomorrow. I'll let her deal with it. Anyway, so the original recipe goes like this. It's a tuna noodle casserole. It's 1 can of Campbell's condensed cream of mushroom soup, 1/2 of a cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of chopped pimentos, and that's optional, and I'm leaving the pimentos out. 1 cup of frozen peas, but I'm using mixed vegetables. 2 cans of tuna drain, but I'm also using this. And to be fair, okay, I'm using this, which is the tuna creation. I'm using 2 packs of that because, and I was going to put some bacon in it, except for one thing. I wasn't going out in that freezer today. I wasn't going out there. Okay, it was too cold. 2 cups of cooked egg noodles, which I did macaroni. 2 tablespoons of plain dry breadcrumbs, and I have panko. Okay, and then 1 tablespoon of melted butter. So I'm gonna melt the butter now and get everything in. Oh, I forgot. I got to get a vessel in which to put it in. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. His nurse is coming tomorrow. She'll straighten him out. Because I don't, it is what it is. Let me go get a vessel to put it in. I almost forgot. So this is the vessel that I am putting it in. This right here. Little blue one. Gotta get some spray. I forgot all about that. Oh, and by the way, I made the chicken. It's all ready to go in the oven. But I want you to see it before I put it in the oven. So here's the chicken. It's going in the oven now. Well, maybe a little bit more. So that's in the oven. I'm making some shrimp fried rice. Got the rice cooking. So let's get this started. Let's get this party started right. How's everybody doing? I'm doing fine. What the hell did I do? What the heck? Oh, Claude, Fern. Fern, I'm sorry. I hope you can see this. I hit the wrong button and put you on timeout or blocked you, and I gotta unblock you some kind of way. So give me a minute. Always something. Hope you can hear me. I can't unblock you. Let me see. Vern, come in as VMC and I'll unblock you after because I don't know what I did. I don't know. But anyway, doggone. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna go finish this and then see if she can come in on VMAC. So anyway, I'm gonna put in the breadcrumbs. I'm gonna put the tuna fish in. I'm still trying to unblock her. Let me see something else. It doesn't even say how to unblock you. I don't know. I think I got it, but it doesn't say anything about unblocking. I'm gonna have to call Vern. Let me get this up. It doesn't say how to unblock anybody. Or it doesn't, I don't see it. That's my fault, my knockover for today. So I'm gonna put this in, and as soon as I get this done, then I'll call Vern. We'll all talk to her together. Let me try to call her now. somehow.
Thank you. Thank you for blocking me. I appreciate that.
Can you tell me how to unblock you? Because I was trying to unblock the person, one of the trolls, and I hit you instead. Then I had to get the troll. So can you tell me how to unblock you?
Okay, so you say you blocked me or you timed me out?
No, I blocked you.
So if you block me, then you're gonna have to wait until you get off of live and unblock me.
Okay. All right. We'll come in as Vern, the other Vern.
I am. I'm here. I'm still here.
Oh, okay. So you heard me? I am so sorry. I got to get a moderator or something in one of these days.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. So we got that out of, because I was really like, I don't want to ever block Vern. That's my cousin. That's my road buddy. So anyway, this is creamy mushroom soup. And this is Progresso. It's not Campbell's. I have some Campbell. Hey, how you doing? So far, Ashley, I put in macaroni because I didn't have any noodles. I don't know why, but my granddaughter went to get them, but they just got back from the store. So I went ahead, I put macaroni in, and I put in 1 bag of tuna fish, and I put in panko. So now I'm putting in cream of mushroom soup, and I just put a chicken in the oven. So I'm going to kind of mix this in and then put some more tuna fish in and then season it. And then it's really done. Oh, I got to put the vegetables in. So I did the original one. I'll read the original one to you again. Okay, so the original one was a can of Campbell's cream and condensed mushroom soup, a half a cup of milk, and I'm going to leave the milk out. 2 tablespoons of chopped pimento, which I didn't. That was optional. 1 cup of frozen peas, but I'm using mixed vegetables. 2 cans of tuna, but I'm using the bag tuna, and I'm using bacon and ranch. So and I was going to put bacon in it as well, except that I'm not going out to the shed. It's too cold. And then a cup of plain dry breadcrumbs, which I use panko, and then melted butter. I'm going to get the butter in a minute because it's in the microwave. And of course, I made a mistake. I was trying to block a troll and block Vern, but I'll get it after. So this is the one I'm using. These are the packets I get out of the dollar store. And actually, I got these out of my regular store, my Acme, and they were $1 a piece there. So I got all kinds of things. So I decided I wanted to try the bacon flavored. And this is wild caught tuna. Put this down here. So this is the tuna noodle casserole revisited. He's doing good. He tried to sneak downstairs to go smoke a cigarette, and I caught him. And I told him, I said, you have to stay in your room. You can't be wandering around the house. But like his nurse is coming tomorrow, so she'll reinforce it because he just can't sit still. He's one of those people that got to be doing something. So my thing was that I was going to put bacon in it, put some shards of bacon. Actually, I have some, you know what? I have some bacon, but it's for salad, but that's okay. I'll try that, see what happens. So I'm going to season it in a minute. How's yours? Put the rest of the soup in. Now I'm going to put the vegetables in, and then I'll melt the butter. I'll season it and melt the butter, and then I'll melt the butter. So let's season this. Got some garlic powder. No, this is, yeah, garlic powder. A little bit of garlic salt. He's okay. He's okay. I mean, you know, he's as good as can be expected. And let me turn this off. I have my rice boiling because I'm gonna make some seafood, some shrimp fried rice for our dinner. Put a little onion powder in there. I hope you feel better. I think everybody's sick. So if I can live this winter out once again without getting sick, that will be 5 years since I've had a cold or something. Of course, you know I gotta put some pepper flakes in, right? Then I'm gonna put the pepper in. Now, I decided because I had a half a bag left that I would put the mixed vegetables in, so it has carrots and, you know, all that. So I'll put some frozen mixed vegetables in here, and then I will melt my butter. So you went to the doctor's? Oh my God. That ain't no fun. Gotta chop these up just a little because they're still kind of frozen. Well, I had a online date with my doctor. So, well, the nurse practitioner, not the doctor himself, but the nurse practitioner, which actually, yeah, it's no fun. Well, I know, that's why I know he wanted to go out and stuff like that, but he just can't, and he just doesn't understand that. So the vegetables separated pretty good. So we're gonna have soup. Hey Burnell, how are you? Soup, you need you may have, I don't know what you have, so I'll tell you what you should have. You should have soups, especially chicken soup, believe it or not. You should have lemons, you should have limes, you should have ginger. Either fresh ginger or powdered ginger will do at this particular time. And you need to be drinking a lot of citrus. You need to be taking some vitamin C. I think I'll do a little thing on that tomorrow. Just to what I've been studying, because I have studied herbs and stuff like that, is, you know, the principle of possibly getting rid of this, because it is still kind of like a flu, or kind of, it is a virus, but it's kind of like a flu. So, and also, believe it or not, contact HBP if I was to get congested. So, but you can stop the congestion, believe it or not, by pouring some vinegar into some hot water, and don't, it's really, really hot, putting a towel over your head and breathing in the vinegar, and that stops the congestion and brings the phlegm up. Old remedy, but it works. And I'll come on tomorrow with some old remedies and things like that, because, you know, I guess we just have to do this because I guess they give you antibiotics for this, right? Yeah, so yeah, for your body, because it aches, if you have Epsom salt in the house, okay, you can pour that into your bath water, take a nice warm bath. Or everybody should have apple cider vinegar in the house. Put some apple cider vinegar, and some baking soda, a cup of apple cider vinegar, a cup of baking soda, mix it up. It'll probably kind of explode for a minute, but put it in your bath water and soak. All right. And then dry yourself off really, really good and go to bed. All right. So this is done for the most part, except for the melted butter. And I have to spray my pan. Ah, it melted. I didn't even have to turn it on. And I know why it melted, because the oven's on. Yay. Well, that was good. Didn't even have to spray my pan. Not quite ready. Now, what I did was I made a giant pot of tea with lemon and oranges in it. And that way I can just warm it up. Let's push this back because we got to do one more. Okay, so the rice is going to go with the shrimp fried rice. Yeah. Well, they do, but they really don't. As far as I know now, and don't quote me on this because I've only talked to a couple of people that have had it. They don't have a lot of medication that they can give you. I mean, the antibiotics and stuff, they're okay. But the thing is, when you go home, you can take the antibiotic, but the antibiotic is also like rough on your system, especially women. So what you have to do is kind down on the things that our grandparents used to do. Okay? That was one of the things. Now, the other thing is that's really good that my mother did. I'll never forget it. Okay. So I'm going to mix this in. But I'll never forget it. I had a really bad cold when I was a kid. And, my mother, and I wouldn't want to eat anything, which was not like me. Even though I was a little bird of a kid then, I still ate. Caught up to me though, but hey, who's complaining? So anyway, my mother went into the kitchen, got the pots out, and was cooking, and I could smell it, and it just made me feel so good. The garlic and the onions and the broth and everything. And I thought, oh, she's making me some soup, some garlic soup, right? And I'm so happy and everything like that. And I said, I hope I can keep that down, blah, blah, blah. My mother comes in, puts the towel around me, puts another towel over me and another towel over me. Actually put plastic, then a towel. Okay. I strains the soup, puts the onions and the garlic together in and wrapped it in a towel and put it on my chest. But 5 hours later, all of that phlegm came out. All of it. And then she let me have the juice. Okay, so now we're going to pour it in the pan. All right, so that's that. And then I'm going to put this over there. Now, Mom used to put chips on top of this. I'm not going to. It looks nice, though. But I'm making 3 meals. One for tonight, one for tomorrow night, and one for Monday night. So let me stand up. Let me show you what I got. I'm gonna put this in the oven as well. This should cook in about, I want to say about 25. Let me look and see. Now, look and see how long it should take to cook. It's like I haven't done this one in years. And I had to look for it. Okay, so it should take about 25 minutes. That's what I thought. Okay, so I'm going to rinse this out, and I'll be right back because I got to prepare the crock pot. Oh, yes, the magical crock pot. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Actually, you know what? I really don't need to do that. I can do that right in the crock pot. We got to these dishes in a minute. I'll wash them in a minute. So I don't have seafood stock and beef stock, but I don't have chicken stock. I have to get some and I have to make some. I thought I had some out in the freezer, but I'm not going to go look. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Got that right there. And I'm going to season the water. I should have left a piece of chicken fat. Should have cut a piece of chicken fat on from the chicken, but I didn't. So, because I could have put that in there, that would have helped it, but that's okay. After we get finished with this, we're going to cook tonight's dinner. Put this over here. Put the garlic powder in. My crushed red peppers, always. You just got done eating. What did you eat tonight? Because I know you cooked something nice. Say hello to everybody, by the way. For now, everybody. I don't know whether you know the McMillan family or not. Hey, Annie Jenny, how are you? I was on your well, not your live. I replayed your live, a couple hours ago. So this is onion powder. A little bit of garlic salt. I already put my salt and pepper in. And this is poultry seasoning. Okay, so we're going to put in, this is chicken and brown rice. However, there's no chicken in here. This is chicken flavor. And it has some seasoning in it, but to be pretty sure, I put my own seasoning in, and then I put a little bit of theirs in as well. Thank you. So I'm only going to put half of it in there. Then I'll put a little bit more water, and we will put this in the crock pot to be done. Thank you, Annie. So I'm going to do this on Saturday night. It's easier to try to be doing everything on Sunday. So that way we can come in, we can do our coupons and stuff like that. And we can cut our coupons. We can, let's see, do my shout outs, and we can crochet or knit or whatever. So I put half the seasoning in there, and I'm going to save this. Let me put it somewhere so it won't fall, because I got to get up and get a spoon anyway. I have to put a little bit more water in there. I'll put this over here and I'll put it in a container. Okay, so that's that. And this has got the corn and the rice and seasoning in it. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to stir it and turn the crock pot on. So that's on low. So now we're going to make our dinner. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the pan. Just some oil. And I'm going to put a little bit of butter in. That's why I got to turn the pan on, don't you think? I'm going to try to do it so you can see. I think the best way for me to do it is over on this side. Then you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's that. So I'll put some butter in. Just a little bit. Isn't that much in here, and I'm going to wash this out anyway, so. Put that here. Put this in the sink. All right. Let this kind of melt down. This in the sink. Now we have some vegetables. And these are the pepper stir fries. And it has yellow onions, red onions, yellow and green bell peppers. And I like this because I don't have to cut the peppers up. I've been lazy this year. Well, not this year, because this is a new year. So I've gotten off my behind and done a lot more things than I usually do, than I did last year. I mean, I was never lazy. I just didn't do the things, so many other things to do, I think, that just happened that way. But I'm going to do more of that because I have all of you. I will put you away in 1 minute. I have to find a bag for you. Let me wash my hands. Now these are the shrimp. I'm putting them in this bowl. Because I took them out the freezer, but I just want to run some water over them. Just a little bit. You know, Mama's got her tricks for freezing things. So that's all ready to go. Put this in the sink. Put this in the sink. Okay, so you hear the fire sizzling already? Let this cook down. I'm going to sit down for a minute, talk to you all, then I'm going to come back, put the shrimp in, then put the rice in, season it, and we're good to go. No, I don't have a mod. Did somebody come? Oh, that person right there. Okay. I have to get a mod, but I really don't know how to get one. And I blocked Burnout by mistake, but I'll take her off when I'll take her, put her back on, but she's on. So, because I was trying to get rid of that person, whatever. They come in all the time, not just mine, too, other people's too, I notice. I guess everybody wants to be something. But no, I don't have a mod, and I will learn how to get one. Oh, you did? Okay, thank you. I'm going to make you a mod, but I don't know how to make you a mod, so I have to read, and then I'll go ahead and do it. And then I got to bring Vern back, so I got to unblock her. Always something. So while we're waiting for the vegetables to cook, I like the way that tuna noodle casserole looked because I put a new spin on it, and I think that it's going to come out okay. But we will know. Yeah. Yep. So we will know. I'll tell you what. I'll try to hope it's done. I know the chicken won't be done, but I hope that it should be 20 minutes or so. It hasn't been quite 20 minutes yet, so you know. So I'll taste it and see how it tastes. Yeah. So you know, there's always that one person that wants to get into the pickle jar and make it sweet. The sour pickles, that is. I hear it sizzling. You mean stream bot, don't you? Because I'm on StreamYard. So I think it's the other one, but I'll get it. I'll get it together. I'm still learning. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, at least you have somebody to take care of you. I feel so terrible. I've always had an affinity to people that are alone, especially older people. And see, for me, I don't really mind because my daughter's down the street and my son-in-law is down the other side, the other street. My granddaughter and her husband, but and I really don't bother them unless I absolutely have to. But I feel sorry for people that are just completely alone, especially right now, and especially like they kind of lifted some of the restrictions on us. But last year, a lot of people couldn't get to go see their mom or whatever, so they were visiting them out the window. I mean, it was just horrible. But I'm glad that he's going to cook you some chicken soup because, yeah. If you had some goose grease, actually, this may sound awful, but if you had some goose grease, you could put that on your chest too. That I never did it. Well, my mother was a midwife. She was actually an LPN, but she was a midwife also at the hospital years ago. I mean, I was born in like 1948. Again, I tell you that so that I'm really old. But and so they would put goose grease to pull up the mucus and stuff as well. Touch their name? Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. I got it. I think it turned her blue. You want to be a moderator too, Brunel? 2 o'clock, because you're supposed to be going on at 5:30, right? Ashley? Brunel, you want to be a moderator too? Because I'll make you a moderator. I can't say why the Vicks will make it worse, but do you have any oils around? Any scented oils? Okay, so this is ready now. This is the vegetables, and they were frozen, so they're ready. Okay, so let's put the shrimp in. Oh, and Vern, no, Mrs. McMillan, do you have a humidifier or anything, or one of those aromatherapy humidifiers? Because you might be able to put some oil in that and get the room going. Okay. Okay, Sherry. Hope I remember it. Okay, you're going on at 5 tomorrow? I would either in the humidifier or I got 5 of them and I don't even know it's the little ones. The little ones, I would put either some tea tree or some eucalyptus oil in it. And then, okay, it is going in the bedroom. Okay, Bernal, you're going to be the moderator too then. Let me see if I can do this. So you're blue now. But I'm not sure. It turned you blue, but I don't know what, well, we'll see. Because that will help to enhance your breathing. But I'm going to have to I have to look up some herbs and stuff like that. I wrote a book and I remember most of it, but I don't want to do the wrong thing. So, because my head is somewhere else. So as soon as I do that, I'll come on tomorrow and I'll talk about the different herbs and stuff that you can use and the different smells that you can use too. But I'm not, well, we'll see when someone comes on, if someone comes on. Yeah, I'm coming on tomorrow at 2. I'll be on from 2 to about 4:30 because I'm going to put in shout outs. I'm going to write it when I get off. I'm going to set it all up and send it out. But that ought to be good. So, but like I said, I just want to make sure that I'll have my book in front of me, hopefully, and stuff like that. Because I know it, but the thing is too, because I'm not familiar. I used to see people and stuff like that and years ago. And when I'm not familiar with you, I have to find out like what you're allergic to. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things that we have to do. So, but I will do that. Okay. And I'll go on it too. I know my husband's nurse will be here, but I'll let her in. I'll tell her where he's at and then I'll let her out. Talk to her, and I can talk to her in front of you all, because she may tell us all something. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine because I'll be right on after I get finished with mine. That's why I'm going to end it about 4:30. It gives me half an hour to get set. And that's why I say it's better for me to do the cooking Saturday. And the thing is, okay, all of our parents, well, if you're of a certain age, used to cook Sunday dinner on Saturday anyway. Okay. So all because they spent most of their time in church. And although my mother was Catholic, a half an hour she was done. But she still went to church. And then sometimes the church would have something in the afternoon after church. But see, they had mass continuously. So, but so when church was over, everybody went home and everybody ate. Everybody ate about well, see, my mother went to mass early, but from the people in the neighborhood, pretty much everybody went to church. Eucalyptus oil. All right. Everybody pretty much went to church in the neighborhood. The whole neighborhood was on my street. Let me put it like that. Okay. Pretty much the whole neighborhood was shut down. Everybody went to church at various times. And so by the afternoon, everybody sort of came home at about 2, 3 o'clock. Everybody was eating dinner early, or supper, so we called it. And then later on we would have, dessert and maybe a leftover sandwich or something like that. But Sunday was always, okay, all right. And if you need any oils, I'm working on my webpage. Please forgive me. So much has been going on in my life, okay, that I know. So it might not be till the next time I go on. I don't know. But I'll find out. I'll do my due diligence and study that for tomorrow. The I don't know. Well, I forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. I think I have to go check this tuna out because I don't want it to be dry. I gotta make some kind of rolls or something. I think I'm just gonna use the rolls that I have on hand. Let me stir this too. Okay, so let's see the casserole. When it gets a little cool, I will even taste it for you. I'll tell you what I think. And I forgot to put the bacon in, the little shards of bacon, but that's okay. Wait a few minutes and I'll let it cool off. Might as well leave this right here. So let me stir this around. I have this on low so that they're not quite pink yet. So when they're all pink, then I'll put the rice in. So I will wait a few minutes and then I'll taste it and see. So what do I have to do? We'll see. Yeah, but I really have to plan because, like I said, there's so much that has to be done for him. You know, we're not. Okay, that might work, the lemon juice and vinegar. Okay. All right. I'll figure it out. Okay, I will go to my channel after I pull up my live. Yeah, that'll be good. So the shrimp are almost pink. Okay, I will do that after you finish. So it's almost pink. A distracted me. How you doing? Say hi to distracted me, everybody. Um, we cooked chicken tuna noodle casserole. I'm getting ready to taste it. Just came out the oven. I have baked chicken in the oven. That's not going to come out right yet. And then I made some rice. Okay, because I'm making stir fried rice for dinner. It's shrimp and fried rice with you know, the vegetables and stuff in it. And then I made a crock pot of rice and wild turkey, yeah, turkey, and you know, it's the seasoning in it to go with the chicken. So we good. I did a I'll give you the old one again. Everybody can hear it again. It won't kill us. So it was the old one, and I found this old recipe, and I forgot when this was because I couldn't find it in any of my cookbooks, and I couldn't find it in any of the old cookbooks either. But it was a can of Campbell's condensed cream of mushroom soup, half a cup of milk, which I left out because I wanted to. Um, 2 tablespoons of chopped pimentos, which I also left out because I don't really like pimentos in that. I don't even remember my mother ever doing that. And then I froze a cup of frozen peas, but I used a cup of mixed vegetables, and then 2 cans of tuna. And I use the tuna, the packets of tuna, and I use ranch and bacon tuna. It's flavored. And then I used 2 cups of cooked egg noodles. Well, of course, I use macaroni. And then I use 2 tablespoons of plain dried bread. And I use, what did I use? Oh, panko. And then I did use 2 tablespoons of butter. So that's what I used. Because I did a whole different spin on the old fashioned one. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You can always replay it. That's the fun about YouTube. I was on YouTube earlier today while I was folding clothes, and they have some amazing, amazing content on here. The funny thing is, okay, you can learn a lot, but I don't even think you have to go to university. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I do too. But I mean, you can learn a lot of things on this YouTube. You can. You can. I watched your distracted me. I watched your and what is it? Bella Lugosi. Okay, what you know about Bella? Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah, they do it all the time. They take the bell off, I put it back on again. I have had to subscribe to Vern so many times in the past couple of months. It's crazy. Yeah, I like tuna salad too. And sometimes I like tuna in macaroni salad, and sometimes I don't, depending on what mood I'm swinging. Let me check my shrimp. Okay, they're ready. So let's put some rice in. And I'm using jasmine rice. And I use all kinds of rice. Basmati rice, um, white rice, brown rice. I haven't tried black rice yet though, but I will. I had a packet, but my daughter wanted it, so I gave it to her. Daughters win. Okay, so let's salt and pepper it. Put some salt in it, then we'll put the seasoning in, then we'll put the soy sauce in. Got my pepper in. Let's mix this around. Okay, let's turn this up just a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna get some seasoning. So we're gonna use some garlic salt. some onion powder. Even though it has onions in it, I don't know, this onion powder makes everything taste good. Okay. I'm gonna put some pepper flakes in. Of course, you know I don't go anywhere without my pepper flakes. You know, like everybody else says they don't go anywhere without grapefruit corn, pepper flakes. Put this over here. Stir this up a bit. Okay, so now we're gonna get the soy sauce. And this is the choice soy sauce. I use anybody's soy sauce. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so now I'm just going to turn this down for a minute and let this. Here you go. Let this just steam for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to taste this tuna. Let's taste some of this tuna. I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you how it tastes. Well, it picked up off the side real good. That's for sure. It didn't, stick to the pan or anything. So that's good. That's the first thing. So I'm going to taste this and see what happens. You think taste vision and smell vision. Okay, so this is the tuna. Go in. Okay, I need a little bit more seasoning in the macaroni, but it's creamy. The vegetables are good. That's a win. That is really a win. It reminds me of my childhood a little bit, but it's only because I made it and I know I had it as a child. But it tastes good. Now I think a little bit more seasoning, and I think if I put the bacon bits in it, but I put real shards of bacon bits in it, that would be on the top. That would be dynamic. Mm. Well, that's good. That's really good. Give it an A minus. Well, I like to cook. I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to go to cooking school, and and get a trade, and my mother wouldn't let me. And that's one of the things, she never really said no to anything that I wanted to do. Or some crackling bread, something like that. That ought to be real good. Or even cornbread, because I've been thinking about making some cornbread. And my mother would not let me. And that's one of the things that she said, no, you don't want to be a cook. So, okay, come on. And so I went to college, and I studied psychology and all that kind of stuff. And I became a school counselor. But during my college years and during my married years and everything like that, I would always take cooking courses. And finally, last year, I took a cooking course and I got a certificate. And then now this year, I think I'm going to go to, King Arthur has a baking school, but then the college that I taught at has a baking school as well. So we'll see. Got to turn this off now. Let this sit under the pot. Now I'm trying to decide whether I want to eat the shrimp or I want to eat the tuna. That was for tomorrow. That was different. Well, let's sit for a minute, then I'll take some up to my husband. Let me make this bowl, I'll show you. Because it's a little, I don't know, it looks good, but it's not like what shrimp fried rice really looks like. But really and truly, okay, the cookbook shows shrimp fried rice different than what you get from the Chinese restaurant. So I don't know. You can come to dinner, Ashley. You can come to dinner, and you can come to dinner. We'll have dinner. Where do you live at, Distracted Me and McMillan family, if you don't mind me asking? Because I know Ashley lives in Pittsburgh. And I live in Delaware. Oh, you're in Florida? Okay. I've been to Florida a few times. Went to Disney World. I forgot what else we did in Florida. I think we just went in Florida for vacation one year. You're in Mississippi? That's where my father's from. Aberdeen, to be exact. Oh, I know you're in Pennsylvania. Aberdeen, Mississippi, to be exact. And how he came, and I got to tell this, how he came. Well, he was in the Navy first and then the Coast Guard after. So how he came all the way across the world. Okay, all the way across the world, and married my mother, although she was in Connecticut, but she's Portuguese. I'll never, and he said to me when I was little, I saw your mother. She worked in the electric boat company. She had been over here for, I want to say, see, I don't know. I've got different stories on this. some of my cousins, and they're all dead now, so nobody can really say anything, but some of my cousins said, no, she was born here. Some of them said, no, she was born over there. And I don't know. Anyway, you close to Jackson? Okay. All right. I haven't been to Mississippi since my grandmother died, and my kids were little, very little. So we had property. Well, she left me her house, and I sold it. And I just really never went back. There was a rift between her and my mother because my father died of cancer, and my grandmother blamed her. So after my father died, my grandmother refused to step foot in the house. Now, my mother did not tell me I couldn't talk to her. I was always allowed to talk to her on the phone. I was always allowed to talk to her whenever I wanted to. So I called her like every other Sunday. And of course, on holidays and stuff like that, she sent me things for Christmas and my birthday and for fall and for spring and for Easter and everything like that. Always sent me clothes, and I sent her things, but that was all it was. I could not see her until I was grown. I could not see her till I was grown because I think my mother was afraid that if I went down there, my grandmother would keep me. And they really had no laws in place for children, being taken by other parents. So, I never really got to see her much until I was grown. I never got to see her at all from 8 years old to 18 when I graduated from high school. And my mother asked me what I wanted for graduation. Do I want a car? And I said, no, I want to go see my grandmother. So, and she was still worried that I was going to stay down there then, but I had already got accepted into college and stuff. So I was not, but you know how some parents are. And I don't think she meant to be cruel, but, and it really didn't dawn on me what I missed, because I went to Portugal a couple of times when I was young. That never really dawned on me what I missed until I was grown. Yeah, you know what I mean? And so I missed that whole, I hear all my friends talking about going south and stuff like that. Of course, I went to camp every year for 2 weeks. So, I mean, I didn't miss the whole country thing because my mother, we lived in the city of Boston. We lived right in the South End. So how two parents came from the country and ended up in the city, I don't know, but I didn't really know what I missed until I would hear my friends talking about, oh, I went down south. And I would love to go. I would love to go down south to Mississippi. Maybe that's one of my, two of my, well, I have 3 things that I want to do before I go on to, glory. And the first thing is I'd love to go to Mississippi because I would love to find some of my relatives because I lost track of them. I talked to them for quite some time. And then all of a sudden I lost my book and I just lost track of them. The other thing is I would like to go to Portugal. No, that's going to be really hard because me and my cousin were talking about that the other day. We have no inkling of where anybody is anymore because most of the people came to here. But, that's just, I don't think that I probably will go to Portugal. I would think I would like to, but for my age and for my disabilities, I don't think that I need to go out of the country anymore. I would rather see my country. Yeah, I have, but you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it alone. I think I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. But see, the funny part about it is I was raised in the city, but every summer, even after my dad died, my mother would send me to camp and either down the Cape to my parents or to Connecticut to my family or to Connecticut to my family. Yeah, I might. You found out you had a brother. See, that's the thing. I don't want to, at 73 years old, I don't want to find out I had a brother or a sister and they've passed on. I think that would really hurt me. When I really, like I said, I didn't really feel any of this until I was real grown. And like I said, I would hear people talking about, yeah, well, we went down south and blah, 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 and everything like that. And of course, both my husband's families are from the South. So, but, he and my first husband, he moved back to Georgia. Although they're from South Carolina, that's where most of them migrated, in Georgia. My other husband, he's from Georgia too. So, I miss that whole, I want to say, because I was nurtured, I was loved, but I miss that whole grandmother, cooking with my grandmother, although my mom cooked really good. I mean, really good. So I cooked with her, but I just missed that whole grandchild. And I was her only grandchild, because her other son got lynched. So I was, as far as we know, I was her only grandchild. So it must have hurt her too. Yeah. I know, I can tell you most of my mother's heritage, except for, and I don't know how we somehow got separated or something like that, but I guess work, school, things like that. But I know my mother's heritage and her lineage and stuff like that, because my grandfather came here, and he became a citizen, and he was so proud of him being a citizen, he told us all the time. My great grandmother on my grandmother's side was a child of a slave. She was emancipated at, I think, 13 years old. So, it's very plain that I really do need to know some things, but I think that it's kind of late for me, because I think anybody who was knowledgeable of that that whole lineage and family tree and all that kind of stuff is probably dead. Because all my first cousins, I'm the baby of the first cousins, all my first cousins are dead. So on my mother's side, so it's we would always talk, and they would tell me things, and I would write things down and things like that. My father, you know, yeah, yeah. Well, see, my grandmother and my grandfather on my father's side, my grandmother was married to a Chata Indian, and he came off. She somehow or other, I don't know how my great grandmother got there. All I know is that they went to the reservation, I think, because they were hiding from the carpetbaggers. I do know that much. I also know what carpetbaggers are. So, but and so they hid a whole bunch of people there, not just my grandmother and my great grandmother and her child, or and her children actually. But and as a matter of fact, I don't think, if I'm mistaken, I don't think she had children. She might have had one, because she didn't have my grandmother, because my grandmother's father was the Indian's child, and they married, but um they married, and he came off the reservation, lived and worked for a while, but he just missed the reservation. And I could understand, because I said when I became an adult, I was going to move to the country, because I hated the city. I hated the city. I hated the congestion, and it really wasn't even congested then. I hated all, and I mean, we had a house and everything like that, but hey, yeah. I mean, but I hated the city, so I just wanted. So when my mom died, and we sold her property and stuff like that, and everybody settled, I came here, because I had lived here when I was married to my first husband. So how you doing, Ray? I'm going to show you the rice. Everything's done. We tasted well, I tasted. We tasted the tuna salad came out. I mean, the tuna casserole came out good. So I'm going to try another one in a couple of weeks with another flavor, and see how that one does. Because I've got all kinds of packets of those different tunas that I got from when I went to that sale that we had at Acme. They had all kinds of packets of tuna, chili ones, Thai ones. Oh, so I'm gonna try a couple. Anyway, I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna get off, because I gotta feed my husband. And wash my dishes. So this has a sauce to it. That's the shrimp and rice and the vegetables. Chicken should almost be done. If it's not quite done, I'll take it out, put it up, and then put it back down tomorrow. Okay, what you doing, Ray of Sunshine? Okay, and the fettuccine sauce, I got real lazy. My granddaughter wanted shrimp Alfredo. I bought some Prego Alfredo when it came. I can make the shrimp Alfredo. Sometimes you just have to just stop, breathe, and take shortcuts. And I bought the Prego shrimp Alfredo, seasoned it up, did everything else. My granddaughter didn't know till later. I said, "Well, I got to tell you that that was in the kitchen." So you wouldn't have. I wouldn't have known. But I really do. I like to cook. So anyway, what I was telling you earlier was I think I forgot the whole thing because we got on something else. Was are you using the jar too? I mean, I can make it from scratch, but sometimes you just don't feel like it. You know, right now with him in the house being sick and I'm just trying to rearrange the house and everything like that. I had to spray and scrub down everything, you know, things like that. But I'm going to go to, I think I'm going to go. I wanted to go to my own school, but my big problem is all of the things that they want to do for the certificate. I don't know whether I want to take or not because all I want to do is get into the baking aspect. So if I go to King Arthur's School, but I still haven't, I went on there yesterday and I read it, but I still haven't applied for it. And I think I'm going to apply tonight or tomorrow. I hope that they take BA, but they might, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't find it, of course, they were lowering the courses, I think. So I'm gonna write them and find out. And maybe, just maybe, cross my heart and cross my T's and all that other kind of stuff. They might let me go for little or nothing and review it because I would want to do it. I would want to actually take the whole thing online where I could actually. Okay, good night, honey. Take care. Um, I hope everything will be all right. I'm glad that you can at least sleep, but try to sleep on your side too. Don't sleep on your back. All right. Okay, so you won't choke. Just something that the nurse was telling me before he left. Well, I didn't go get him, but she was telling me on the phone. Good night, McMillan. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see about this baking school because I really want to know how to bake properly. You know, I can play around with it and stuff like that, but I really want to get serious and really start baking. That will keep me sane. That will keep me grounded. Okay. All right. Just making sure because you know, I mean, they mean to tell you things and they're so busy. It the hospital was unbelievable. Although I wasn't there, I called the hospital and it just sounded like Grand Central Station. That's how it sounded. So many people in there. But take care of yourself, and I'll be praying for you, and we will talk tomorrow, okay? But that's what I think I want to do, and I think I just want to bake. I really don't want to take all the other. Well, I'm sure that there's probably something else I got to take, but I can probably do that. That's what I want to do. I just really want to bake, and I've been watching baking classes on television. Oh, if you want to get a good show, and you're really bored, go to Netflix and go to the School of Chocolate. I will never do any half of that, but it is so very entertaining. So very, very entertaining. Well, the community college that I taught at has online courses except for the baking class. They were online. When I should have done it was when we first went into lockdown because they rearranged everything and everything was online. However, I didn't do it. Okay, so when I decided I wanted to, because actually I was taking some other courses then. So actually, now she tells me that I can take all the other courses online, but I have to take the baking course in school. Okay, I really don't. I want to do it. I love. The thing is, the girl that the young lady that I talked to that took over because everybody, retired. Okay, and I just worked there part time. I was at the the regular school as a school counselor full time. Um, I I think I know her, and we got along so good that I would probably really love it. And then I asked her, could I come in and film sometime? And she said, yes, of course. But I don't know. I don't know whether I'm ready to. I don't want to say leave the house because I go shopping. Okay, that's probably all I do. Okay, I would go to church, but I can do that online and be in church and have just as much fun and be getting stuff done and knitting or something as I'm going to church. So I'm good with that. I don't. I've never had a bunch of friends. Never. I mean, even as a young, I mean, I was friendly with everybody. I was friends with everybody, but I could always find something in the house to entertain me. Always. Read a book, write, sew, whatever. Yeah, that's true. That is true, Ashley. That is true. Because everything basic that I've learned, okay, I've learned from my grandmother talking to her on the phone, my mother, my aunt. My aunt Connie was an amazing woman. I mean, amazing woman. Three things that she could do that was she could cook, and she was married to a Filipino, so she was well-rounded in cooking. She didn't like knitting and stuff like that. That was my mother's forte. Yeah, probably so. But I don't even want to I could probably work out something with her, but I think that that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try King Arthur baking, King Arthur flowers baking thing. Reason being that what better way to go to school than somebody who makes all kinds of flour, okay? And they have all kinds of baking. I was kind of looking at it last night, and then I just kind of just got up, brushed my teeth, and went to sleep because I was getting sleepy. They do flour, they do everything, and I could learn from them. And I think it's like one course at a time, but we'll see. We will see. I'm going to actually really. I was going to do it like this week, but then he got sick, so you know, um, I'm going to look at some schools and I'm going to see what I can afford and whatever. I think that I can work out something with King Arthur's flowers, though. You know what I mean? I think I can do something like that. You know, I mean, all I can do is say yes or no, and then I think it's like $300. It really isn't that much money, but I think if I'm not mistaken, and I saw it somewhere in my email that they were lessening the cost. So I got to jump on it and see. But I really, if I could actually I really don't have to pay anything for it. And the thing is, I don't have to pay for the college anyway because I'm over 65 here. Okay, and also because I taught for the college, I get some free courses. Because I was only part time, and I had been full time, I could go to just about any college, any state college, or any well, in the state of Delaware, any state college. Those that means I could go to the university because that's a state college actually. Okay, I could go to Del State, whatever. But you know, I got to find what's right for me. And so I think that I could probably really learn some really nice things. And then the other thing is too, I can pick and choose what I want to do because I have a bread maker. And when I was telling the girl, the young lady that, she's the director of the whole program at the Del Tech, she said, oh no, you didn't do the bread maker. I know. Oh, I'll let you know. I will let you know. I'm not going to sit home and not try to learn something. I'm not going to sit home and not try to do something. But before the pandemic, I had already said when I retire, and this was like 10 years ago before I had the stroke, when I retire, I'm going to stay in my home, do what I got to do in my home, fix my home up, do what I want to do, and just completely learn and do things. I'm just not going to sit there and be, oh, and I really, because I can't. My mother always told me if I would be sitting there just looking out the window or something like that, oh, you don't have anything to do? Well, here, come on, let's do this. You know what I mean? So she was one of those people that, she made me work. And I'm glad because I don't know. I mean, I can sit still and I can relax. I can watch television and here he is again. I can watch television. I can, but I have to be knitting while I'm watching television. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I the life of me. I mean, and it's true. I do not understand people that sit there and say I'm bored. My granddaughter said that the other day, and she said, I said, what's wrong with you? I said, I'm bored. I said, okay, well, come on, let's go make some cookies or something. Yeah, that didn't work for my mother. Don't tell her you didn't have nothing to do because she gave you something to do. Yep. There's always something to do, always something to learn, you know, always something to do. And I just think that lots of times people just don't get it. Well, I'm going to get off because I got to go feed my husband. But I love you all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything, replay it. I love you all. Take care. God bless. Please stay safe, all of you. And I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. And like, share, and subscribe. You know the routine. All right. I love you all. Take care. Bye, Vern.